Hi, and welcome back for another daily dose of anime recaps. It is the story of a young man who has the weakest spirit power and is considered the lowest of the low in the world of martial arts. However, with sheer determination and hard work, he develops remarkable wisdom and uses it to his advantage in a race to attain the lost glory once held by his clan. Before we begin, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon, so you never miss an update from us. Chu Jingyun is the young master of the Chu family. The Chu family, once considered one of the elites, suddenly suffered a downfall a generation ago. Yun is the lowest ranked spirit power user among the different clans and is treated and called trash by other people. One day, out of the blue, he decides to propose marriage to the daughter of a well-known, strong family called the Shui family, which is led by one of his relatives. As he stands outside their sprawling mansion filled with opulence and beauty, people standing near him call him trash and think that he doesn't stand a chance in this marriage of someone of such high standing. The patriarch of the Shui family, known as Master Zhang, who is also his uncle, graciously grants him permission to enter the mansion. He notices a different Yun standing before him, and he wonders why he's so calm and composed, unlike usual. He also wonders why Yun has shown up and questions his arrival by telling him that he's come a few days early for his uncle's birthday. Yun cuts straight to the point and tells Master Zhang that he is there to propose marriage. The servants of the Shui family, standing at a little distance and gossiping about Yun's proposal, laugh and smile smugly. But Master Zhang is highly critical of the proposal and contains his anger. He questions the reason behind the proposal, which Yun reminds him that years ago his father protected the Shui family from some enemies, and in return, the Shui family promised to grant a marriage proposal. Master Zhang is clearly uncomfortable with Yun's claim, but he hides his frustration behind his fake smile and agrees. He tells him that his father is nowhere to be found. The cold and calculating Yun tells him that the deal has to be fulfilled unconditionally and is determined to get his hands on the hand of his daughter no matter what. Suddenly, the daughter of the Shui family named Shui Qianyu shows up and calls Yun a child. She questions the nature of his relationship with her family and brags about her 9th stage of cultivation power, which she thinks is far superior to Yun's 2nd stage of cultivation and calls him garbage. Yun suddenly shocks Yue by saying that he is not there to propose to her. Instead, he wants the 2nd daughter of the Shui family, Shui Lu Jiang. Then he praises Liu's kindness and says to Yue that her past behavior is trash, so he can't accept her into the Chu family. Yue gets furious and draws out her powerful purple aura in front of Yun. However, he is not intimidated by it and insults her by saying that she is just showing off. Master Zhang suddenly stands up with a thunderous expression on his face, breaking a cup in his hand with a loud crash, but keeps himself from making any sort of verbal connection. Yu asks Master Zhang not to allow Yun to be part of their family. Yun agrees to it, saying he and Liu will not be a part of the Shui family any longer. He grabs the hand of Liu, who happily agrees to marry him. Yun signs the marriage document and declares that Yun and Liu have no relationship with the Shui family. As they walk out of the mansion together, Yu and the other servants trash-talk them about how useless and pathetic they are. Yun gets very angry and turns his face back, challenging Yu to win the tournament of election, which will be held in a year's time, and Yu accepts. Yun and Liu reach Chu's family mansion and are greeted by one of Yun's servants named Hu, who has captured a hen for their feast. He pays his regards to Yun by saying that Yun took him and saved him from being starved to death. When Yun looks at his family signboard, he reveals that the Chu family used to be a majestic family that even the city's lord used to respect. But it all ended when suddenly all the elite members of the Chu family were murdered. Yun apologizes to Liu for not adequately preparing the home for their marriage, but she is absolutely happy to be marrying Yun and doesn't seem to be complaining about the arrangement at all. Yun remembers a dream in which he was seriously injured by a family named Shu. Liu took care of his injuries by making medicine for him and then died, sacrificing herself to save Yun from the enemies. As he remembers the dream, he swears in his mind to protect Liu at all costs, so she may not suffer the same fate. Yun calls for a celebration, as it is a great day of his life with Liu. He walks to a wedding room and Liu runs inside, saying no one is allowed out of innocence. Hu tells Yun about another key to the wedding room and starts fantasizing about Yun and Liu together, but Yun brushes it off. He then leaves his loyal servant to guard Liu and goes to practice his martial arts to increase his strength. He starts his training by gathering a large amount of white mana around himself and then suddenly summons a reincarnation stone near his forehead. He remembers another dream in which he reaches martial emperor rank and then is attacked by a mysterious man. He summons a Grade 1 martial spirit, Scrap Iron Sword, and acknowledges that he isn't a martial emperor ranked, but instead Trash, who is only the master of Chu's family. After that, he summons an ancient book named the Heavenly Book of Reincarnation and praises its writer, the Reincarnation Emperor. He wishes to read the book because it contains all the secrets of cultivation and reincarnation, but can't due to his weak spirit powers. He calls upon the tempered body, assembled spirit, earth spirit, heaven spirit, and yin yang and the martial emperor inside the book. He is determined to break through himself to assembled spirit rank by spending the next year inside the reincarnation stone, which slows the time to a point where 1 day equals 5 days outside in the real world. The next day, Liu knocks on Yun's practice room to have breakfast with him when Yun's servant Hu shows up, hoping that Liu wants to see Yun. Suddenly, a man named Chu Yang appears with his 2 men forcing the mansion's door open. When Liu learns that he is there to fight Yun, she gets worried. Yang demands to get the golden seal from the Chu family, but Hu tells him that Yun is busy practicing. Yang throws him away on the ground. And when they capture Liu, Yun notices it in his practice room and throws a cup at Yang's hand, who is trying to insult Liu. The next moment, Yun stands in front of them, guarding her. He slaps Yang for insulting Liu and Hu, and then slaps him again, saying this is so he may leave. The arrogant Yang gets furious and threatens Yun. He then brings out his 2nd grade spirit, Singe-Horned Frenzy Cow, and attacks Yun. Yun effortlessly defeats him, insulting his useless sword skills and scaring him off. Yang leaves with his men but warns Yun that the elders of his family will take care of him during the family clan's meeting. Yang returns to his training and tries to strengthen his martial spirit by communicating his body with heaven and the earth, and then thinks about his lowest rank spirit and his useless sword. He uses the martial arts of the reincarnation stone to enchant his sword, and thinks he can't get powerful in 3 days to scare the 3 elders of the Chu family. However, he has another plan that could do the trick. He creates a copy of a scroll named Jade Storm Nice Overlapping Waves, using his spiritual energy and hopes that it is the key to his success with the elders. He hides his identity and goes to the 100 Treasures Pavilion family mansion to sell his scroll in an auction. He meets the master of 100 Treasures Pavilion named Kin, and after impressing him with his high-speed agility, makes him want Yun to stay there. Yun impresses him even further when he shows him the scroll of middle-level spirit-grade martial arts, which is guaranteed to be sold for 200,000 taels of silver at the auction held by 100 Treasures Pavilion. Soon, the auction for Yun's martial art, Jade Storm 9 Overlapping Waves, begins with a starting price of 200,000 taels of silver. A clan puts 210,000 taels of silver, and following it, another clan calls for 220,000 taels of silver. Suddenly, the Lin clan sees both clans arguing and sets 250,000 taels of silver to get the scroll. The next moment, one of the top 5 families appears there and throws up to 350 for the auction, surprising everyone. Just then, Yue of the Shui clan, who is also present with the patriarch of the Shui, buys the scroll for 400,000 taels of silver. Yun, who's been watching the auction in disguise, is informed that the Shui family wants to talk to him. The Shui clan's masters Yang and Yu appear before Yun and deliver 400,000 taels of silver to him. When Master Zhang tells the disguised Yun that he can ask for more if he needs it later, Yun insults him by saying that he doesn't think that the House of Shui has anything valuable to offer him. Yui comes forth and invites them to their home, but Yun laughs at her and reveals to everyone about her running away from a marriage, which makes everyone laugh at her. This makes Yu angry. but the ever-patient Master Zhang stops her and takes leave. Yu insists on Master Zhang teaching him a lesson, but Master Zhang tells her that they can't mess with that person and reveals that he has the breathtaking skills of copying the martial arts from an original source. Ken shows Yun some of the family's medicinal tablets, which Yun judges as poor quality. Soon the Grand Mistress of 200 Treasures Pavilion, named Yen, wants to talk to Yun and demands him to prove that the tablets have poor quality and threatens him. Yun suddenly opens his disguise and writes the correct proportion and the procedure to manufacture the medicine. Yen threatens him by saying that if his method doesn't work, he'll not be forgiven. After a while, Yun has prepared the improved pills and guaranteed the 100% effect of the pill with 3 times more strength than the pills that Yen made. When Yen applies the pills to her skin, she sees marvelous effects and respectfully asks Yun to sell the formula to her. He gives her 2 different formulas to prepare the medicine as gifts and wants an alliance with 100 Treasures Pavilion, which she accepts. Yen asks Yun how they can go to Fangji Mountain, as the energy source to manufacture the medicine can't be acquired anywhere else, and Yun shocks her by revealing that he has a safe map route to Fangji Mountains. Ken asks Yen about Yun's motives for sharing such valuable information with them, and she says that Yun is a brave man who only needs alliance protection and nothing else. This secures Yun's alliance with the powerful 100 Treasures Pavilion family, and he hopes to get an upper hand in the family meeting approaching soon.